Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, ekamala minangusne, and if you're a returning subscriber, then thank you for stopping back by. If you are new here, please do click the subscribe button. Also click the bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. I know it has been a minute and I came back with no hair. I did cut my hair during this lockdown period, and I hope that you guys have been coping, you've been okay, you've been, it's tough for a lot of us, like a lot of people during this lockdown, but I hope you guys are keeping safe and you are well. So yes, I did cut my hair. Yes, I got new specs, and I'm sorry if my what do you call this thing is reflecting badly. Like, I'm sure you guys can see a little bit of green on my glasses, but that was put there because I needed to have it on my glasses. I forgot what the name of it is, but I'll write it somewhere down. But I'm sorry if it does come across too much. I'm still trying to work my way around my glasses and the ring lights, and but anyway, enough. This is a part 3 of the law series that I promised you guys, and this is the last video about the law series. So if you have not watched part 1 and part 2, I suggest that you go watch that before you watch this last video so that you can get a gist and you can understand what is happening. Okay, like I said, in part 3 I will state why one would prefer to be an advocate and one would prefer to be an attorney, and if you didn't qualify to go straight to LLB, what are the avenues that you can go via. So the first thing that I will talk about is so say you didn't qualify, you didn't have the required points that you need in order to be accepted. The route that you can do is do a degree called PPL, that's Politics, Philosophy and Law. That's a 3-year degree. So if you do this degree, like you hear the name, it's got some law. It's politics, philosophy and some law. So people who do this degree do a few law modules. So it's a benefit if you do this degree because you are given an opportunity. Say in second year, I think in second year you can apply to then go straight to LLB, right? So you'll do your first year of PPL, second year of PPL, and then in second year you can apply to go join the law students, which is beneficial because you don't necessarily have to start the LLB degree from scratch, right? So you can either get accepted to join the LLB group or you might not get accepted. If you don't get accepted, it's still fine. You complete your degree, your PPL degree, politics, philosophy and law degree. You complete that in 3 years, and then after that you still apply to go into LLB, and then you will then do only 2 years of your LLB. So it basically means you will join the LLB degree in second year and in third year and fourth year, which means that you will only do 2 years of the LLB degree because you would have done some of the law modules, right? So this will mean that you will then obtain 2 degrees in 5 years. I don't know if that makes sense. So I have a friend who did it that route. She's got an LLB degree right now. She first did politics, philosophy and law, and then she after that applied to do her LLB, and she just did 2 years of LLB and then she was done. So you can try that route. I'm sure there are other avenues that you can use. Maybe there's a bridging method, I'm not sure. I'm just speaking about something that I'm really certain of because I know people who did this, and yeah, so that's one way that you can be accepted or eventually do an LLB degree if you didn't initially get accepted. Okay, so now I'm not necessarily going to speak about the advantages or disadvantages of being an advocate or an attorney, but I will speak of why one would go via the route of being an attorney first or being an advocate first, or vice versa. So basically, like I said, I think in part 2 of the video, a attorney is a GP. So basically, clients will come to you and will have an issue and ask you to assist them with an issue, right? If you feel like that as an attorney, this work is too complex for you, or you need an advocate who specializes in that matter, then you will brief an advocate to assist you with this matter. So currently, how it stands right now, and like I mentioned in part 2, things are changing. How it stands right now, it means that I, as an attorney, as Usne, because I'm an attorney, I will get the clients, and then if I cannot do certain work, or I feel like it's too complex for me, I will brief an advocate. It means I give the advocate the work, and then they do it on my behalf. But the client is still mine. It's just that advocate is assisting and knows more on the matter. So the disadvantage a lot was, although I didn't say I'd mentioned disadvantages, but the down part of it rather is advocates couldn't really take work directly from clients because they needed the attorney. So if you're gonna just go from school and become an advocate and nobody knows you, no attorney knows you, then it means nobody's gonna give you work, which means then you're not gonna be working. I hope you guys understand if I put it like that. So basically, advocates were dependent on getting work from attorneys, right? But like I said, with everything changing in the legal fraternity, things may go to the point where advocates can accept work directly, because I know right now they are doing courses which will allow them to take on clients and take on trust accounts and trust monies. So that was the one thing that made me personally decide that I can't just go straight from school and become an advocate, because I'm fresh from school, nobody knows me, I don't have the experience, and I might just start up an office and all of those things as an advocate, and I don't get any work from anybody. So that's the one reason, or not even, that's the reason most of us decide to go to that route. Some people are confident enough and feel like, no, they can do it, they will get work some way, somehow, and those are the people that decide straight from school, I will just become an advocate. Another thing that I can mention about advocates is that advocates will just, from the time that they do get admitted as advocates, they can open their office, they run as their own basically company, and they can start getting to work from the get-go. It's not like us where you have to do the articles and you have to do your board exams, you have to do PLT, you have to do all of those things. So the route of becoming an attorney is much longer. That's a disadvantage, sort of, in as much as advocates also do pupillage, but it's just pupillage and then they write the exams. With attorneys, like I explained in part 2 of the law series, is that our route is a bit longer. So if you feel like you're impatient, you just want to get admitted, you've done your research properly, then you can just go via the advocate route and you can just start working as it is. Okay, so yeah, those are the things that you need to look at. You need to research, you need to ask around, you need to be sure, you need to know what you want, by the end of your final year, because you're going to have to decide whether you want to be an advocate or an attorney. But if you do start off as an attorney like I did, nobody stops you to at a later stage decide, no, now I want to become an advocate. I feel like, not that it's in the books for me, but I feel like that was the safest route for me to take. Let me first become an attorney, get the experience that I need, work as much as I want, and then at some point decide, okay, now I'm sharp, I'm grand, then I can become a advocate. I'm not too certain about vice versa, whether you can become an advocate and then become an attorney at a later stage. I'm not too sure about that, but I do know the way that I am doing it, that I can at a later stage decide that I want to become. The last thing that I will speak about is what it's like. I don't know how I can explain what it's like, but the one thing I can say is, do not become a lawyer if you are not passionate about becoming a lawyer, because it will drain you. It will take a lot out of you. It will test you. It will do a lot of things to you. So if you're not certain, if it's not something that comes from deep within, if it's not your passion, don't do it. If your mom is saying you should do it, if your dad or if your friends are doing it, don't do it because of that. Do it because you genuinely love the field and the profession, and you've seen yourself, you've envisioned yourself. Then I will say go for it, because it will take a lot from you, from the time that you're studying up until the point you do your articles, up until the point that you write your board exams, up until the point that you're working. It will take a lot from you. So just be sure that you really want to become a lawyer. Another thing I can point out is, it's not as fancy as people make it out to be. It's not like Suits. It's not like How to Get Away with Murder. It's not like that. Especially here in South Africa, it's not as fancy as people make it. It's tough. It's fun. It's a lot. It's just a lot. It's complex. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it tests your confidence as well. It's a field that you need to also have the heart for, especially as a woman. Don't be easily intimidated. I feel like that's the one thing that this profession has also built in me, to not be easily intimidated and speak my mind when I need to. Not speak my mind all the time. Speak my mind when I need to. Those are some of the things that I can point out. Obviously, it comes with that respect, sort of. When people hear that you're a lawyer, it comes with that respect, sort of. But you shouldn't do it for that, because it also comes with the downfall of, you are a liar, you defend criminals, you're a bad person, basically, because people don't understand the avenues and basically what I was saying is, people don't understand that there's a lot of avenues that you can get into with your law degree. So some people are only just narrow-minded, that you just defend criminals and that's that. So it also comes with that. If you can't stomach such things that people say, then I also wouldn't advise that you take upon this profession. The profession may also take up a lot of your family time and your social time. You just need to be prepared for such things, and you need to know what it is that you truly want and want to achieve at the end. But to be all honest, in all honesty rather, I will say that I love the profession and I enjoy the profession because I'm in the profession and I am passionate about the profession. Somebody else who did it just because will not feel the same way. But it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of courage. You may be faced, especially when you're doing your articles, you may be faced with having to represent someone who's been accused of rape, somebody who's been accused of very gruesome things. And if you can't stomach such things, then not to say that it was easy for some of us, but you just need to be but it's fun. I love it. I like it. I don't regret the decision that I made when I decided to become an attorney, or a lawyer rather. I'm happy. I'm at a point where I've got my own practice now, and that also, you know, makes me happy. It's also going to come with its challenges and difficulties, but I'm content. I'm happy with where I am and the decision that I took. So if you have decided or you've wanted to become a lawyer, I hope that this law series has assisted you in some way or the other to make the decision, or to be sure of whether the decision that you've made is correct. And if you guys do have any questions, I will be willing to answer the questions that you have in the comment section down below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this law series. Like I said, this is the last video of the law series. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting if you have commented. And we have reached 10k subscribers, and we are past 10k subscribers, and I will be preparing that giveaway that I promised, and I will, in the next video, I think in the next video, I will come out and say the rules and what you have to do to be able to enter that giveaway. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please again, do not forget to like, to subscribe, and to definitely share this video. Stay safe and bye.